everybody, how are you doing? I am so happy today. Had an appointment with my lung doctor today. Absolutely across the board good report. I'm feeling good. It's just good to have that validated. Tonight we're going to look at a watercolor kit that we just got. I am part of the Amazon Associates program, not affiliate, associates, which means that if you purchase this through the link I give you, then you will, if you use that link, I would get a commission, and that's about. But it's, oh, this is awesome. So I'm gonna let you see what's in here. I'd be excited if I were you. This is awesome. Okay. Now, this all right. What it comes with is this little palette for mixing, which is nice. And there are 50 colors here, and they're just awesome. There's a sponge if you need to, dab something. And there's a little place in there too. A pencil sharpener because it's got a nice little sketching pencil or drawing, actually drawing pencil here. Fits a little tight, but that's good because then there's, let's see, nice drawing pencil. And it has this is by Artistro. Artistro. It's hard for me to pronounce it. Artistro. And that's the name on all of the products. And it's got a nice little brush here. But that's just one because it also comes with all of these. So there are, let's see, 50 colors. That's here. And they are gorgeous. Just look at those. Bright. And there's different shades. Just awesome. And it kind of goes from lighter to darker to, okay. Anyway, there are 50 amazing colors. A mixing tray, that's what this is right here. This is a mixing tray. And it's a swatch sheet. That is this. It's just like a piece of watercolor paper, but you can test out your colors on here to see if you have what you're looking for, and just to test things out. A sponge. That's this here. So if you need to clean something off, like if you get something a little too wet, you can sponge it off with that. A pencil sharpener right here. Yeah, it's not a very big sharpener, but it looks like it's a really, looks like, let me just give it a check here. This is already sharp, but yeah, see, very usable. Back in there, right? Not that. Then this, I have never used one of these, and that's something I'm either going to have to learn, or I don't know what it is. It is a okay. There's 7 brushes here. A water brush pen. I think that's what this is, and I believe what you must have to do, because it's got a brush right here. The only thing I can think of is that you fill this with water. You must fill this with water, and then if you need to do a little bit of dampening on something, I don't know. That's the only I'll have to look up. What do you? I've never used anything like that before. I just wasn't really expecting it, but you know. I'm trying to put things back where they started, and I'm there. Needs a nice little popping sound. I can see the value of this. I've just never used one, and I would need this little swatch to be able to figure out what's the best way. This tray looks awesome because I haven't had one of those. I've been doing it. All right, and then the pencil. I'm going to keep the pencil. This little brush, it was in here. It's just another brush. It doesn't say, but it's a very fine. It's kind of a fine. Boy, putting it back in this little sleeve though is spooky. Yeah, that's when you get those. I'm gonna leave it out now that I've got it out. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna use this kit, and I'm going to. I haven't got any different watercolor paper yet, so I am still going to be using my Be Inspired watercolor paper. It's what I've been using. Be Paper Company. It's nice paper, don't get me wrong. I can't remember where I got it. I think Joe picked it up for me. Unless I order it online, Joe does the shopping. Okay, with a clean bill of health and a beautiful new art set, the Artistro watercolor paint set, premium quality with 50 colors. Isn't that awesome? I love the box. It's kind of got a nice feel. You know how some boxes are just boxes. When they go to the trouble to make the box that nice, I figure they know what they like, what they're doing. Packaging can mean a lot when you're buying commercial. But this, you don't have to directly go through me. You can just go to the link that I will put in the description. I just wanted to show you the brushes that they sent in that little brush kit. Okay, I am going to take the advice of that one gal because she said it works better, and I kind of was working with it the other night, if you remember, and it did. Well, last night it did work better. I spritzed that and got a little wet. Now I'm not going wet on wet yet, but I think I will spritz this just a little so that the color goes nice. Now with this, instead of using the back of my hand to test a color, I can use some watercolor paper. Let's see what. Alright, let's go for a blue. I'm going to start with this kind of strong blue here. Yeah. Okay. Put a little water in here. It's a little more wet that way. Yeah. So right now I am using a wet on wet technique. Are you recording? That is such a pretty color. And make it a little stronger at the top. I didn't start with the flowers. Maybe I should have, I don't know, but I didn't. For some reason, I want to get this thing done first. Don't get too crazy. Let's just... All right. There we go. Well, I guess I do want a little of that blue to go. Ooh, I got it too wet. Sponge. I'm gonna like this sponge a lot, I can tell you that. I am gonna love this sponge. Okay. So what kind of a shadow here? There we go. There's several colors of green in here sometimes. It's a little difficult to decide which one to use. I could mix a couple, as long as I'm mixing them here and not... Oh, there's a nice dark green there. Sorry, I'm bumping the tripod a little. There we go. That'll be a nice stem. That tray is a godsend. They knew what they were doing with that tray. Also with that little, this thing here. When they put this set together, they had someone who knew what they were doing with watercolor. Okay. There's 50 colors. You can mix them. And there's so many different shades of a color. I'll have to do some practicing. Figure out what's what. But yeah, I highly recommend this one. I will put the link in below in the, but this is what I use, the Artistro watercolor paint set, premium quality, 50 colors. And I got it through Amazon. So, well, that's a tight fit. There. Which is usually a good thing. I think the sponge is okay. Let that dry. But I'm just able to really do so much more with this set because, well, look, I'm able to get the gray to do that. How about that? I'd fit that into a frame and hang it. Of course, it's watercolor, so you have to put glass on watercolor. Otherwise, if it gets wet at any time, it's just going to. So. I love all of you. I hope you've enjoyed this. And I will attach that. I think I've got all the links to Mahedi, but I'll make sure I do. I love you all. Have a nice evening, and tomorrow, whatever time it is where you are, have a nice time and enjoy yourself. And find something creative to do. Smile. Good night.